New York Supreme Court Justice Arthur Engoron has ordered Donald Trump to pay more than $350 million. He's also banned him from running his company for 3 years.
Joining us now to talk more about this ruling is former Manhattan Assistant District Attorney Jeremy Saland. Great to have you with us this morning, Jeremy. Always good to talk to you. So first of all, your initial reaction, obviously a big settlement ruling here, pretty much almost everything that the Attorney General was asking for.
Yeah, I think a big wow and an oh my gosh is definitely appropriate. It is really hobbling, to put it nicely and generously. The dollars are a lot. The ban from working with banks and being a director of a company in New York is a lot. And for people to understand, it's not just Donald Trump. It also impacts his children, Eric and Don Jr.
Let's talk about, though, could it have been worse for Trump, right? We could have seen the business dissolve entirely.
You know, I mean, anything could theoretically be worse, correct? There could be a few even dollars more as well. But I think that it's multi-generational is significant. It's a 3-year ban for Don, pardon me, it's a 3-year ban for the former president, 2 years for John Jr. and Eric. But it's really, you know, catastrophic in the sense that you already have a monitor, but now there's going to be a director of compliance. The business certificate issue, that's removed. The judge said, no, we don't need that. But now you're going to be monitored and overseen, not just after the fact when you're making an application or filling something out, but before it even happens. So there's a lot of oversight here.
And Jeremy, obviously this is an unusual case because it involves, you know, a former president, the Trump name, and it's such a large amount of money. But these types of fraud cases, business fraud cases in the city and the state, how common are they, the ones that we don't really hear about? Do they actually go to trial? Do businesses actually get these types of settlement because of, or these kinds of penalties because of their business practices?
Well, you know, most cases don't go to trial. That's just the practical nature of things. If there's a strong case, it doesn't go to trial. What's sort of unique about this here is the Attorney General is not protecting the public per se. It's not if the public are victims. It's the private enterprise. It's the banks that are quote unquote the victims, although the banks made money.
Right.
They've made more. So it's unique in that sense. It's very different on that front.
Where do we go from here, Jeremy? Obviously, Trump's legal team has said that they will be appealing this decision, but when will he be required to pay? And that appeal could take a very long time.
Yeah, so he has 30 days to file his notice to appeal. And unlike other matters where he's trying to delay, absolutely not. Donald Trump wants to push this through as quickly as he can. But that appeal could take not just months, it could take years. Now, what happens next, you go to what's called the first department. It's an appellate level court in New York. Then if it wants to proceed or can proceed is a better question, it can go up to the Court of Appeals, which is even a higher level court, or the highest in the state of New York. So it can take a lot of time. The former president likely would have to put up some money as a bond because you can't just say, I'm not going to put any money in here. So there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, and obviously this was a civil case, a civil fraud trial. And Jeremy, as you know, there are many other criminal cases now approaching for the former president. This is just the beginning of his mounting legal troubles.
Yeah, no doubt. And what people have heard a lot is immunity. That wouldn't apply to this case. It's a civil case in New York.
Right.
It wouldn't apply to the Manhattan DA case either. So he has so much moving on. March 25th, we have the Manhattan criminal case. After that, we may see the Jack Smith January 6th case in D.C. come up. And the Supreme Court has to still weigh in on things like immunity.
And of course, there has been a lot of the speculation that he is running for president in hopes of pardoning himself in these cases. But the case that we just learned about yesterday, that ruling, he would not be able to do so.
Yeah, he could not be able to pardon himself. I don't know if I misspoke moments ago and said immunity, but he would not be able to pardon himself on this civil case, nor the Manhattan criminal case if he's convicted.
Jeremy Saland, it is always good to talk to you. It won't be the last time. We can guarantee that. So much more to come when it comes to Donald Trump. Always appreciate your time and your analysis. Thank you.
Good to see all of you.